it has occurred to me that not everybody subscribed to my YouTube here is probably on Instagram. So if you care to keep up with anything that I'm doing, you're probably out of the loop. So let's make an update video. Come on! I basically just want to talk about where I've been, what I've been doing, what I have currently going on, and plans for the future. So after my last upload, which was the origins of Necromantical Screams, I had planned to do a video holding volume 2, explaining what you could expect from it, answering some questions. That didn't happen. It was a busy part of the year. And then on top of that, I found out I was pregnant with our third child. And from day one, I had hyperemesis gravidarum, which is basically, in simple terms, I was violently vomiting all day, every day. And, I mean, I would have days here and there, far and few in between, where I wasn't. But it was so much that my health was, like, declining. And I couldn't take vitamins. I could barely eat. But it was rough. It was really rough. I continued to work throughout. I was learning a new program so that I could do my own layouts. And I was doing cut and paste layouts for GorePit. And it's funny because I was looking at all these gory, brutal images and then getting up every few minutes to go vomit. And it was like living a gore grind album. But I made great progress. Looking back, I'm like, nobody can say I'm not passionate or dedicated or determined to get this out, because man, I was fighting the good fight and plowing through some layouts. So, to wrap this up, I will just say that it was rough, and she was due July 25th. I called my midwife and I said on July 22nd, 3 days before her due date, I was like, I can't come in for my last appointment. I can't even walk to the bathroom. And she was like, you have to come in. And I was like, do me a solid. Can I go to the hospital and can you wheel my pregnant ass into the wherever I need to be? And she was like, yeah, we can do that. Just call when you get here. And they did, and they gave me IVs, they took my blood, they told me I had to have blood transfusions and a bone marrow extraction, all while I'm like, I feel like I'm dying and I don't know how I'm going to give birth. And they were basically like, you know, your hemoglobin shouldn't be under 9 or 7% and you're at 2. So yeah, it was like blood transfusions. She came on the 23rd, and it was only 18 minutes versus hours of birthing, like my 2 boys. And so she would have been a car baby if I wasn't already in the hospital. And then I had a bone marrow extraction, which was, I would have just assumed given birth again, because at least you get a beautiful baby out of it. This was like, they injected my bone with napalm and then was like trying to break my leg. It was horrible. But she is a happy baby and she's worth it and she completes us. And my God, yeah, Abigail Emmeline, or Emmelina, if you prefer the Danish pronunciation. She's amazing. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been enjoying my life and loving every day. Every day is a wake up and something new happens, basically. But yeah, I've not stopped working. I have worked all through this. Of course, I've taken time to rest and heal and take vitamins, and I'm still healing. But again, nobody can't say that I'm not passionate or determined. And on that note, what's up next? What's right now? What's HexenHollow Press? What is the next release? The next publication is a book that I actually wrote at the end of 2023 and spent 2024 editing and learning the layout. It's a book, it's not a zine. The full title is All That Splatters, The Evolution of Horror Cult and Exploitation Fandom. And it's exactly what it says in the title. It's about fandom. I started, well, in every issue of GorePit Zine, I'm going to have a column called All That Splatters. And it's a play on words, all that matters. And the objective is to encourage and promote the idea of loving what you love, doing what you do, collecting what you want to collect. That's all that splatters. And I complain about the complainers and in a fun way. And I was inspired to kick it off with collector shaming and collecting, and how collecting in the 90s, how versus now. And I was like, oh, maybe I can keep it like 2 to 3 pages, 4 to 5 pages tops, you know. And man, I just like start fucking hammering away, and I lean back, and I'm like, I look down, and it's like I was like at 12, 14 pages. I can't remember, something like that. And I was like, okay, I'm just now getting started. So holy shit, how long is this going to be? And I keep hammering away. I keep going. And then I'm at 40 pages, exactly 40 pages. That I remember because I was thinking 40 pages, a solid 40. Okay. So what am I doing? And I wanted to take a step back to figure out what the fuck is going on. Where is this coming from? Because I'm branching out, man. At this point, I've gone from collector shaming and collecting to talking about formats, talking about how back in the day we got our news from magazines and fanzines. Now it's the internet age, you know. Generation gaps in the fandom. I start talking about conventions. I'm like, okay, the core here is fandom. That's the current running through this. So I start breaking it off into chapters. And yeah, it was like all of a sudden 50,000 words. And then by the time I had edited everything and added like some final stuff at the end, it was like 60,000 words, over 60,000 words and 200 pages. And I kind of looked to, of course, Jess Balin, this release in particular, Bled to Death, Horror Eats Itself. Because the core of this was his thoughts about horror at the time, during this era. And so I was kind of like, all right, it's parallel. It's not the same. I'm not, you know, I'm not doing any, it's not rocket science, but it's fun. And this is what I'm doing. This is what it is. I'm talking about fandom from my point of view. There's a lot more in it as far as like chapters and contents, but I will be making a video. That's going to be my next video, talking about, you know, answering some questions too, and talking more about what's in it. And yeah, it's January 31st as I'm filming this, and it's looking to be a February 2025 release. All we have to do is fix a few kinks in the layout, fix the cover, and then it's fucking ready to go off the chopping block. So that is the next release on HexenHollow Press. The next video I'm making, I will be talking about it. And I'm stoked. I'm so proud. I'm fucking excited. I just want the feedback to be people telling me their experiences. And kind of like generating some conversations. And I've already sent it to a few people. Art Edinger, my buddy Art, got back to me right away and was like, I'm impressed. This is really fucking good. And couldn't stop reading it apparently, and he's gonna give me some feedback that I can share with you guys eventually. So stoked. I'm stoked. After that, the next publication will be, of course, GorePit Zine. Issue 1, Extreme Pestilence. It's about fucking time. I appreciate everybody who has hung around, because this has been since 2021, and I keep doing the fucking hokey pokey, putting stuff in, taking stuff out, putting more stuff in, shaking it all fucking about, and god damn it, it's time to get this shit fucking done, and I'm excited. And I've shared the cover. It's not complete. It's just like a mock-up of what I want the final product to look like. And so yeah, with that, I've been working on the layout as I've been going on. What's left of it, just a little more writing and editing, and then the layouts for that. There's not a lot left. So I'm looking for April, May release, fingers crossed. Keep in mind, I'm a mom of 3, 2 toddlers, and an infant she's just, yeah. So, that's it right now. I have some other publications that I'm gonna be ready to announce a little later. For now, that's what's coming up on HexenHollow Press in the next few months. More announcements on the way. Before I end this video, the other important thing that I wanted to talk about is what the fuck's going on with YouTube. Yes, I'm going to be updating more. This channel, I've changed the name. You've probably seen, from Vanessa Hexa to HexenHollow Press TV, because I want to use this to promote what's coming out on HexenHollow Press, but also to use it, something I've wanted to do for fucking years, over a decade, and that's do movie reviews, just talk about horror, talk about memories throughout my life, talk about how to do a zine, publishing, writing tips. Not writing, I don't want to do writing tips. I want to do just talking about writing. Yeah. So, and then the movie reviews, I'll have playlists like gialli, slashers, holiday horror. I want to do an After Dark, which is talking about adult films and those beloved late 80s, early 90s erotic thrillers that, like, you know, obviously they were mainstream, like Fatal Attraction, Mortal Thoughts, Single White Female, Sliver, Basic Instinct, that shit. I want to talk about those. I want to talk about my memories with those. So I have a lot planned. The first thing that I'm really stoked about is kind of a get to know me series called Tales from the Hollow. And it's going to start out from my earliest memories of horror, which are my earliest memories of life, going through the years. And yeah, my roots. What movie was it that turned me into the hunter-gatherer that I became? Preteen years. I was a teenage horror exploitation freakazoid years. Yeah, and it's going to be an indefinite series because I want to include single videos talking about one mom and pop video store, and the next video, another mom and pop video store, because I have so many memories. And you guys, I grew up in the backwoods of Kentucky with no cable TV and parents who loved movies. So we were at rental joints all the fucking time. And so I have so many memories. And I'm hoping to have some guests on here and join me Maybe not for this. Well, for this series, it would definitely be my best friend at the time growing up. She wants to come on, maybe, hopefully, and talk about, like, I don't want to spoil it. Okay, so I'm gonna have some guests on the channel as well. I have so many videos that I want to do, and it's time to start doing it. And yeah, you guys who have been on here, if you have been wondering where I've been, what I've been doing, I mean, I update my website, but it's not like constant. Oh, and I'm not on Facebook. I keep deactivating my accounts, but they would reactivate because they're linked to my Instagram. So I kept going on and deactivating them, and then I was like, all right, they're linked. I'm sure there's a way to unlink it. I don't want to fuck it up, and I don't have time to sit around and play around with that shit. So I haven't been on Facebook in over 2 years now. I logged in once to see what was going on, and I even made, I think, a HexenHollow press page. I can't even remember, Jesus. But I cannot stand Facebook. I can't believe people are still on there. I mean, if you like it, fine, you know, cool. I've never liked Facebook. So it makes sense that I'm not on there and that I have this attitude of what the fuck, you know, people still hang around here. Okay, cool. You do you know, you do you. Oh, that's all that Splatters, right? Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I wanted to keep it under 15 minutes. We're good here. I've told you what's coming up on HexenHollow Press, and I'm fucking stoked. All that Splatters, the evolution of horror, cult, and exploitation fandom, and GorePit Zine, issue 1, Extreme Pestilence. Those are the next publications. I have more to announce, more videos to come, and like I said, I will be doing more on this YouTube. So, and what I've just told you, that's not even, it's just a little bit of what's going on YouTube. The thing is, it's all about finding time, and what I plan to do so that I can keep this organized, I want to get a good day, sit and spend some time hammering out videos and then having them ready. That's what people do. That's how it's done. Hopefully I can do it this way, and that way I can keep more consistent on here. That's the plan, because I enjoy YouTube. I only want to be on Instagram and YouTube. So here we are. Let's do this. Join in conversations. Let me know if you want to, maybe we can do like a collaboration. I got to figure all that shit out. We'll do this as I go along. Anyone who wants to help me out there too, that would be cool. Anyway, let's wrap this up. I've said what I wanted to say in this video. And anybody with questions or comments, hit me up. And, oh, sorry, I do use Facebook Messenger, but not Facebook. So you can also message me there. You can message me on Instagram, Facebook Messenger, email, comment here. All right. So, back on track we go. And let's get the gore tide rising. And until my next video, dismissed.